Okay. Hold. Yeah, I know. This is still. That's still the camera from the other laptop. I'm now gonna plug in the external webcam again. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Disconnect that. Okay. Also close this laptop. Don't need it anymore. And then switch to the original setup. Oh.
Oh, I just noticed I was muted in OBS, which is good. I notice that now. So we got MS Teams. All right. Very good quality. This is a lot. That's a lot better than I was getting on Discord. I might just switch this for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's get you positioned. All right. Okay. So let me just think about what I need to open now. If you're going to send anything to me in Discord chat, I'm probably just going to get rid of that so I have one fewer window open on my screen, because I'm kind of juggling quite a bit right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're in Foundry? Nope, you've left Foundry.
Yeah.
You'll need to jump back in, I guess.
I'm logging in now.
All right. All right. One second. All right. And I'm very yellow on mine for some reason. Let me change the temperature here.
Yeah, that's
looks a bit more natural.
That's yellow. I'm just looking at the lighting here. It's getting quite dark. But I think if I switch on the overhead light, it will be.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. I can put filters on the video feed, so I've
okay.
put a little bit of a filter on yours just to yeah. Mine still looks quite yellow to me. Do I still look quite yellow to you?
No, you did before, but not now.
I think it's compared to yours. Yours has a bit of a kind of a pinker hue.
Yeah, that's what
So it's just looking at the two of us, I look quite yellow in comparison. It's fine. It's fine. All right. I'm going to hit the recording button as well before I forget to record. All right. We left the last session with you and Mike having... Just trying. I did just watch it yesterday. My mind's just gone blank. Hold on, we'll start over from the beginning. Just gotta remember what happened in the last session exactly, like how it ended. Oh, you had the battle with Ortal and his goons, and met Kalis. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we left the last session with you and Mike having just met Kalis and freeing her from the attack by Ortal and his goons. And while you were getting to know her a little bit and catching up with what she knew, Ortal, who was wounded, was carried back. Well, you thought he was being carried back by the corpse grinder Fang to the Manufactorum, but when we consulted the Oracle, it turned out that he wasn't going there at all. So probably Fang is also a cultist and is bringing Ortal to safety, or bringing him away, not doing what you've asked. So that's where we left it. There were some indications that you didn't. Look, I asked both of you last time what you were planning to do, and with the arrival of one of the Adeptus Arbites imminent, I wasn't sure if you wanted to stay or leave, but you both indicated that you wanted to stay and poke around a little bit more. So that's the assumption I've run with in prepping for this session.
Yep.
And because we have a little bit of an unusual situation where only one of you is available, well, you're the only one available today. And next session, I've decided it makes sense to have, two kind of solo or duet sessions back to back, just so it kind of gives both of you the chance to do this format. And I quite enjoy this format as well, so I'm not afraid to do it. I had to kind of contrive a situation where it would work for the two of you not to be together. And the way we're going to run it is that you both, because you both had sustained some wounds, although no critical wounds, you both said that you wanted to take at least a short rest to try and recover some of them. So that will have happened. You will have gone back. You already went back in the last session and kind of touched base with Polonia, and then you would have gone and gotten some very basic accommodations somewhere in the settlement, probably not far from the Manufactorum. And we're talking things like, I don't know if you're familiar with, in my head, if I think of like cyberpunk literature, I tend to think of things called like coffin apartments, where you basically have like a bed built into a wall, kind of, which is why they're called coffins. Or sometimes they're stacked on top of each other type of thing. But that sort of thing, it's basically just like a walk-in closet with a bed built into the side of the wall that you climb into. And probably shared toilet, that sort of thing. So very, very basic sort of thing that's available. So that's where you've gone to rest. So the way it works in Imperium Maledictum, I know we talked about this before, so you're familiar, but for our watchers, for our viewers, if with a short rest, you can recover a number of wounds equal to your toughness bonus. And if you take an entire day to rest and not do anything else, you're literally just resting and recovering, you can recover 2 times your toughness bonus. So I'm assuming this is a short rest because there's things to do. So your toughness bonus is 4.
Yes.
Luckily, you bumped up your advances in toughness by 1. So instead of being 3, you're up to 4. So of your 8 wounds that you've sustained, it now drops down to 4. And I'm just going to do this straight away for Mike's character as well, while I'm remembering. He had 4 wounds, so he's got a toughness bonus of 3, so he's down to 1 wound.
Yep.
Okay. You're awoken the next morning, I guess, equivalent, because you're deep underground, by the door to your little hab unit zipping open. And a servo skull comes nipping into the room as you're just kind of waking up, maybe reaching for a weapon, followed by the bulky form of an enforcer.
I quickly sort of stop moving my hands towards my pistol.
Yep. And the enforcer says Clovis Calais or Clovis Calet. I'm not sure if that's meant to be like a French surname or not.
I don't know. It's generated randomly, so let's go with Gallet.
Gallet, yeah.
But I'll say yes, the same.
I'm under orders to bring you to the arbitrator. Follow me.
Okay, let me quickly gather my stuff, and I'll do that as quick as I can.
He lets you do that?
Leaving any. Yeah, I won't leave anything behind. Okay, so yeah, I'll make short work of that and follow him out.
Okay. You get bundled into an arbitrator vehicle. Not a like flying vehicle, a wheeled thing. Whatever it looks like in Warhammer. I know they have wheeled vehicles of different types, but anyway, it's something like that, like a basic kind of car. And yeah, Solomon is not in there with you, and they don't wait for him either. As soon as you're in the back of the car, it accelerates off down through the hab, and after a short journey of about 5 minutes or so, it pulls up outside of a building you haven't seen before. You kind of are aware that you were heading a little bit north from where you were before. You were previously a bit more on the south side of the settlement, and you are taken to somewhere a bit further north. And the building kind of stands out because it's actually a building rather than some sort of converted stack of shipping containers. There are some of these dotted around, but there's the unmistakable symbol of the Administratum on the front of it. And it has that ugly, brutalist sort of architecture you would definitely recognize as belonging to the Administratum.
Mm-hmm.
The Enforcer opens the door for you, and you're ushered inside and taken immediately to an interview room, for one of a better room. If you imagine like the interview rooms they have in police movies, where you have like a big room with a big like mirror window on one side and a folding chair that's quite uncomfortable. It takes you to one of those rooms and leaves you to it alone. The servo skull, however, stays hovering in a corner of the room without like talking to you or anything. You're not even sure if this servo skull is able to speak. Some of them don't. But yeah, it's just it looks like it's monitoring you. It's facing you. It's eye glowing.
Okay.
And yeah.
I think I'll test to see if I'm in Vox range with Solomon. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. And so at least know where I'm enjoying the hospitality of the Administratum. If I'm able.
You try as discreetly as possible, but it's pretty obvious what you're trying to do. The servo skull doesn't make any move to try and stop you or cause an alarm or anything, and it's very clear very quickly that your Vox communicator isn't able to get any sort of signal back.
Okay.
They probably have some sort of dampening field around these holding cells. You imagine, if not around the entire building. Yeah.
Okay, well, worth a shot. Yeah, I think I'll make sure that they didn't take any of my gear away, right? I just
they left the gear with you. I think they probably would have just had a quick search of it to make sure there was no like bomb or anything. But you've got some pretty high tech equipment in there. It doesn't seem like you're under arrest. They didn't put you in manacles or anything. And after just quickly searching your equipment, they kind of let you in with it.
Okay.
So after waiting for not too long, considering probably about 15-20 minutes, something along those lines, just when you're just starting to think, how long am I going to be waiting here? The door opens and in steps an arbitrator. Now, an arbitrator is basically the how to describe it? If you imagine Judge Dredd, one of the judges from Judge Dredd is basically what they're modeled after. These are the sort of militant, if you will, arm of the Administratum, and what you know about them is that they are responsible for imposing the imperial law or investigating when imperial law is being broken. And that's basically like, infractions on law that are happening at a much higher level than at the sort of even planetary level, which is where the enforcers would get involved.
Yeah.
And they kind of, they report to a higher authority. They also, like Judge Dredd, they have the power to be judge, jury, and executioner. There are judges, actual judges that sit in other places. And in fact, you know that there is an Arbites facility. I can't remember exactly what it's called on Necromunda, but it's in the capital in Hive Primus, which is not where you are, which is probably where this arbitrator has come. Arbitrator has come from.
Okay.
There is a little token on the screen that you can see there. This is simply an image from one of the official painted minis of the arbitrators, or of the Arbites, and you can kind of see from looking at that how there's a kind of a resemblance to the sort of Judge Dredd, aesthetic. So all you can see is the mouth. They have their visor down. You're not sure why, but it's. I guess he's officially on the job, right? He's been dragged down to this low level of a hive to see what's going on. He sits opposite you. Oh no, in fact, he stands opposite you. He doesn't sit down.
Okay.
And says, "Citizen, my name is Arbitrator Rhines. I have been sent by the authority of the Emperor to investigate the recent explosion here. I have come to understand that you are here on behalf of the Corpse Guild doing your own investigations.
That is correct.
I have no interest in your own investigations, only if you know anything pertaining to the explosion that happened. So, what are you going to tell them?" I guess one thing to point out first is that let's look at your character sheet, and influence is important here, down at the bottom of the main page. And this arbitrator is a member of the Adeptus Administratum, so you have an influence of 1 with them. So that basically means in social interactions, you get 1 SL because you have 1 influence level. So that can flip a basic. It's not going to come too much handy, but if you do get like a basic failure, it might bump it up into a success.
I don't think. Well, I'm just thinking if we even have anything to share that might help him, because I guess I'll start by saying that we witnessed an attack by the Delac on the Orlocks here. But that was like more or less in the center of the town, and we were trying to find out if we could stop the violence, or at least find the people we needed to before the violence got to them. And then there was this huge explosion at the rail yard. We didn't get really much information from the Orlocks that were guarding it. Seems, they weren't really cooperative, and didn't seem to know anything about what our investigation either. But we did find, for our own investigation, that there's something rotten here in Ironmouth. But we have no clear evidence that this is linked to the explosion. Best thing I could say maybe is that it is an attempt to cover up something else that might be related to our investigation. But it's too early to tell with the information we have so far.
Frankly, citizen, I am not interested in what you think. I'm interested in what you know. Your conclusions are irrelevant to me. You say you suspect something rotten. What is this rotten something? That is exactly the sort of thing I need to be hearing about. You tell me the information, I will be the one to judge whether it is relevant or not.
well, our investigation focused on the drop in numbers for the Corpse Guild, and we found out that there's been some equipments gone missing from the Factorum here, and also bodies have gone missing, and we also suspect that not everybody is being turned over to the Corpse Guilds, and there's definite evidence that there's a people in the Corpse Guild are involved. We were on the trail of one of them, but he managed to escape in the chaos yesterday. We were we were in an altercation with him and some of his flunkies, and it's his name is Gorda Ortal. He's the what was his title again?
He was the overseer.
The overseer for the local Factorum. And so our next order of business was tracking him down and finding out if he's responsible for the drop in corpses, and also we also of course wanted to find out if he was behind anything to do with the recent violence and the explosion, but we haven't found him yet. So, or we did find him, but he managed to get away after a firefight.
I see. You mentioned corruption, or something rotten, which to me sounds like an implication of corruption. You mentioned this Ortal having defected away from the Corpse Guild. Do you suspect any involvement from a cult?
There's no firm evidence on that. There were some. During the violence, we did encounter some what would only be described as heavily mutated persons. They didn't seem to respond to anything except violence. But I'm not sure if this is connected. But there was definitely some sort of fungal mutation. But I'm not sure if that is driven by this or connected to this Ortal. So we haven't been able to reach firm conclusions on that, but it's definitely also a suspicious.
More than one mutant with the same mutation.
Yeah, so well, at least very similar mutations, yes.
And you say fungal.
Yeah, they acted or behaved quite feral and weren't much impressed with being wounded or damaged. So they seemed to be like they didn't really feel anything. But the Pale Consort that was accompanying us took some samples to analyze. So.
Okay, you're telling them that. All right, you need to make a note of that. All right, so you're telling him basically everything you know. You're not holding anything back. Sounds like
don't. I'm not holding back, at least not on purpose. So I might be missing something, but that's probably because I forgot then.
Citizen, I appreciate that you have told me everything you know, and it doesn't seem like you've held anything back. You must know what my mission here, being an ex-serviceman in the Emperor's service. Mm-hmm. I'm frankly concerned about several avenues that are cropping up here in this enclave, and if it proves to be a wider issue in the rest of the hive, well, drastic measures will have to be taken. And if drastic measures have to be taken, I understand that you're not... Well, sorry, let me say that again. And if drastic measures have to be taken, your continued service will ensure that I will look favorably upon evacuation, if that is required. Do I make myself clear, citizen?
Very much so, and it is very much appreciated. I hope you will extend the same courtesy to my colleague who's been very helpful in this.
Well, your colleague I will be cross-examining myself. You must understand that although I appreciate your candor, I need to make sure that I am getting to the truth in all matters here. So, I will be cross-examining your friend. In the meantime, to continue to show your cooperation with the Adeptus with the Adeptus Arbites, I would like you to help with my investigation. I have many avenues to investigate, and I have many enforcers at my disposal. But someone who's already been investigating here on the ground will come in quite useful. And while I've been here for a few hours already, I've already ascertained many of the facts that you've been sharing with me, namely the Orlok and Delac, well, war for a better term. And I've received intel that there's something unusual about House Orlok, but I believe this intel came from Delac, and it smacks of the usual petty infighting, trying to pitch, well, me against one side or another. So I look at this sort of information very skeptically, but I do have avenues to pursue on this matter. The stopping of trade coming out of this enclave is of the utmost importance, and I need to investigate the cause of that and getting it moving again. However, these mutants you speak of, all bearing the same mutation, smacks of the forces of chaos, and I cannot ignore that. If chaos is starting to spread in this hive, well, that's like a cancer, and there's only one way to quash it. And by the Emperor's hand, I am the one authorized to do this. So, I require your assistance to find and bring me one of these mutants. Dead or alive, I care not. And speed is important.
I understand, and I will do my best to bring you one of these mutants as soon as possible. While trying to hide my great discomfort at this request with my fear of mutants.
Yep.
But yeah, I try not to show it to him and respond enthusiastically to his request.
Yeah, why don't you give me a discipline? I know you don't have the fear specialization, so give me a straight up discipline roll just to see how well you cover it up.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're not. This doesn't really apply to social interactions with him.
No.
Influence doesn't really affect this. So.
No.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So you managed to kind of keep it bottled and don't show any quivering lip or anything like that.
Good.
He's just to wrap this up, he basically allows you to leave. There you'll be accompanied by an enforcer and also the servo skull that was kind of with you as soon as, from the moment you woke up till you were being interviewed. That servo skull will also be accompanying you and recording everything that happens.
Okay.
The enforcer is there just for an additional set of hands, an additional gun if you need one. But he makes it clear that he's not looking for you to try and eradicate the threat. He's looking for you to bring back one so that his there's all sorts of Arbites people that like different roles that exist within the Adeptus Arbites, and some of them will be able to do some quite advanced sort of gene or investigation. What's the word?
Yeah.
Analysis.
Testing or the analysis, yeah.
testing analysis of any sort of biological samples, etc. So they need a sample, and that's where you're coming to play. So yeah.
Okay.
You are. We're going to move you then to the front of the Administratum building. You've got this enforcer with you, and a servo skull.
Alrighty. Yeah. So I'll introduce. Well, I'll introduce myself to the enforcer. Say, I'm Solomon. Sorry, I'm Clovis Gallet, and I've been tasked to. I'm not sure what they told you, but I've been tasked to find one of these mutants that have been spotted recently. I have some idea where we have the spot where we first encountered them. Actually, I'm not sure what we did with the bodies. I don't think we destroyed them, so we might get lucky and they still might be there. So I think that should be our first port of call. See if any of the remains are still there, and maybe we can track. If not, maybe we can track where they came from. So
okay.
Be wary. There might still be like gang violence might still erupt, and it's also these mutants are very, very tough. And from what I've been told, it might be like contagious, or so. Try not to get too close to them if we can.
The enforcer looks down at his heavily armored body.
Yeah,
he's also wearing a mask, just like in the image there.
All right. Okay.
And he kind of looks down and then slowly looks up at you. And says,
"Well,
understood."
Good. Try not. I would prefer to take one out from afar. I have the equipment to do so. So. I know your boss told us to bring one back alive or dead, but my preference goes to the last option. So I hope you'll agree.
He doesn't say anything.
All right. Okay. Then I'll just ignore him and start walking to the place where we first encountered them with Bologna.
Yeah. Okay. So you're kind of you get your bearings back fairly quickly because you're not far off of like the sort of main thoroughfare, and after about a half an hour or so of kind of wandering around the streets, you get back to the place where you had this battle. I guess it would have been yesterday. You haven't really had.
Yeah.
There's a lot that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You don't see the bodies there, unfortunately, and you're not far from the kind of the wall of the
I know
the entire enclave. You do notice there's that there are some remains that have been burnt. Not far. They've been have been burnt near the kind of the wall, for want of a better word. And you also notice that there is a fresh barricade that's been put in place where the tunnel was that they came rushing out of.
Okay.
Makeshift. So you could kind of pull it down if you wanted to, but it would take a bit of effort. It's quite heavy, like scrap that's been piled up against it.
Okay. So it's higher than a person, so you'd have to either climb over it or
you just happen if you didn't know that there was a tunnel behind it because that's where they came rushing out of before. It would kind of more or less look like the rest of the sort of wall of the enclave anyway, because a lot of it is made out of scrap. It's just that you actually know this has been put there since you were there last. It's not covered in like a layer of patina of dust or anything like that, like some of it might have been.
Okay.
Just very quickly, you're extremely dark. It might be worth putting your light on.
I'll see what the. Hope it's better.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, good. Yeah, so there's no one manning this barricade. There's no one here to actually yeah. And these
No.
were I think these were HAB units here, right? Where
Yeah, I don't remember, but yeah, sure.
yeah. Okay.
So let's just quickly say, as you're kind of investigating, like looking at the barricade that's been put in place, and the remains that have probably are the remains of the mutants that have been burnt. You hear some noises in the not too far away of like banging metal, kind of like really like loud but faint because it's a bit in the distance.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sort of lay out what we found here before, that behind this new makeshift barrier there's tunnels where the mutants came from, but I suggest we first find out, maybe find someone to see what if they have any information, maybe find someone that's helped build this new barricade. And so I suggest going and investigating what's making the noise, and hopefully someone is there that can tell us more.
Okay. Yep. The enforcer nods, and kind of just waits for you to take the lead.
Yeah.
Okay. So you the noise is coming from the south. So you head that way, and very shortly you come to 3 Orlok gangers who are in the process of barricading another tunnel.
Well, I'll walk up to them in a well, I can, with an enforcer on my at my side, I can probably just walk up to them, and so I'll just walk right up to them and say, seen any more of those mutants?
They turn to look at you. They kind of look you up and down, then look at the enforcer and say, we've not seen any, but we've been ordered to block up all these tunnels. We're not sure why. We've heard rumors of mutants pouring out of them, but we've not seen any.
Well, you can take my word for it. They're definitely here.
We've also heard that the Delac have been using the tunnels. Everyone knows that they're slippery, filthy spiders, like to slide into places like this, dark places. So that's why we're doing it.
Well,
who's afraid of a mutie? Easy to put down. But the Delac, he turns and spits.
Well, I think you'll find the Lux go down much easier than these here mutants. Did you happen to know what happened to the mutants that were over the other side? We encountered some yesterday and took some out, but the bodies have disappeared or been burnt. I'm not sure.
No, we saw some bodies, some burnt bodies, but that wasn't us. That was a shift. It was a previous shift. You think those were some muties?
Possibly, yeah. Well, it's probably better to seal off these tunnels, but there's have been no more reports of any of the mutants coming from these tunnels or running around here in this district.
Not that we've heard.
Okay. How far are they with erecting this?
They're about halfway, maybe.
Okay.
You could definitely kind of climb over the top of it, and kind of you can see the tunnel on the other side. It's a fairly big opening into.
Yeah.
In fact, as you're kind of looking past them, you notice that there is a bit of light coming from inside the tunnel, which is kind of surprises you. It's very faint, but yeah. The enforcer kind of steps up next to you and says, "Are we going inside of there?"
Well, it's the only place that I know these mutants have come from. And if there are no mutants at large in the settlement, then I think this is our best bet. I'm not really enthusiastic about it, but we might do a quick investigation at least, see if we can find some evidence that they've been in there or living there, or I don't know. There seems to be some light in this tunnel, so.
Okay, he nods and turns to the Orlok and basically tells them to move along to the next tunnel to barricade and to leave this one as it is. They kind of shrug and pick up their tools and head further south. Then he turns his back to you, and it's clear that he's voxing someone else, probably within the enforcers. And then he turns back to you and says, "Someone will be coming along shortly to make sure that this exit does not get covered,
blocked." Yeah,
while we're inside.
That would be very good. Okay. Well, I guess I'm putting on my photo visors and also my filtration plugs before we go in there.
Your photo visors, what do those do exactly?
I think they regulate the. Let me check.
Oh, I've got it here. I've got it here.
Yeah.
They're worn directly over the eyes, amplify ambient light to a degree similar to normal illumination. While wearing them, you ignore penalties from zones with the poorly lit and dark environmental traits. Okay, good. And gain advantage on tests to resist. Okay, so that's good. And in fact, the Enforcer with his mask has the same thing. The Servo Skull also likewise. Okay, so you step into you put those on, and what was the other thing? Oh, your filtration plugs.
Yeah, because I definitely don't want to get any spores, inhale any spores. So
okay.
Just quickly checking, because I do have an Auspex, which is probably useful here.
Okay, and I'm just going to quickly do a few things to your token here on this new screen, because I forgot that you had the photo visors, so you're going to be able to see a little bit more. So vision. I'm going to make it so that do you want like a green night vision effect or monochromatic?
I think green night vision is good to go.
Yeah, it's just I can't change the amplification level, so it's a little bit bright. But we'll go with that.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to just quickly, I need to think about... I need to reduce the overall darkness level so you can actually see a little bit more. There we go. Let's go with that. Okay. So if you kind of scroll around, you can see that your vision goes a little bit further than it would normally with the sort of with the photo visors on. And I'll do this. Actually, I'll keep the Enforcer. You can't probably control the Enforcer, can you?
No, I'm struggling with my browser for some reason. I did see you switch screen, but now
it's probably loading. Is it loading it?
No, it's already loaded, but the browser is just not responding to anything I do at the moment, so I can't switch between Foundry and Discord either.
Oh,
which is weird.
Okay.
So, okay, now it just closed down by itself, so I'll have to log in again. Foundry.
Okay, we can maybe try and do this a Theater of the Mind as well. So when you log in, I think you might be you're probably coming back into this this tunnel map, the scene that's called Tunnel. But basically, we can start kind of going Theater of the Mind, and basically as you kind of enter, one thing I do want from you is I want you to make a discipline check. So if you can open your
I see it now, so I can
Okay.
discipline check. Yeah, definitely. Skills, discipline.
Okay.
Oof.
You gain the frightened condition. Okay. So
Frightened. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it's not that big of a problem, and at certain points, as we're inside here, I might get you to roll discipline again to overcome being frightened, and to lose the frightened condition, you just have to succeed at a discipline fear test, which is for you just a discipline test. So it shouldn't be too hard to come out of it. But basically, while you're frightened, because you are afraid, your senses are heightened, which means you get advantage on awareness and intuition tests. So try and remember that in case I forget.
Okay. Yep.
But you have disadvantage on all tests relating to confronting the source of your fear.
Okay.
Which makes sense.
That's,
you're going in and you're afraid of
definitely,
mutants, and if you actually see any mutants, you're gonna be at a disadvantage. But at the same time, you're going to be more likely maybe to hear them or spot them. Okay.
Yep.
And it says, unless specified otherwise, at the end of each round, you may make a challenging, which is a neutral, like no modification, discipline fear test to remove this condition. Okay. So that's how being frightened works. That's how fear works in this game. So it's pretty straightforward and easy to manage. And are you able to kind of operate the Foundry interface now? Can you move your token, for example, forward to those barrels, for example?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and just start moving your guy along?
Yeah.
The servo skull is going to hang behind.
Okay. I think I will also use the Auspex device, which allows me to scan for signs of life and other stuff, see beyond the visible spectrum and stuff like that. So it's
yeah.
Sure.
Does it have a range?
I have no idea.
It doesn't mention it. Yeah, that's fine. No. That's fine. I think there's a lot of scrap under here. Some of it might interfere with the signal, but as long as it's within a certain area, that should be fine. So go ahead and give me. Do you need a roll for it or anything?
Yeah, I need to. Yeah, well, you may call for a tech test to detect specific phenomena or or overcome interference. So yeah.
So to detect, you're trying to detect basically life forms, which I think is fine with the aspects. So go ahead and give me a tech roll then. See if you can detect anything.
I don't think that's too high. Yeah, just straight in. So, oh no, actually I have one rank in it. So, well, we'll see.
Do. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's very good.
Okay. So I think with a marginal success, it's kind of, as I said, it's a little bit spotty, and you do get a flicker of like a I'm not sure how much it tells you. I think let's go with something similar to the in Alien, you know, the life form, the like arc sonar type of thing, where it's got the little beeps of the people moving on it. It gives you some sort of an indication. There's like a green light flashes up, and it's indicating a direction. It's not giving you dots on like a map or anything like that, but it's basically indicating that there's positive, that you're getting a positive result on the life forms, and it's ahead of you. So on the map, if you look straight to the right and a little bit like north on the map, like let's say a little bit of an angle. So like further along and a little bit to your left if you're walking deeper straight along.
Yeah.
And it flickers every now and again. It goes out saying that there's no result, and then it flashes back to green and kind of like flickers a bit, showing you the same location. So that's with a marginal success. You're not getting a really clear feedback.
Okay, well,
the enforcer, while you're doing that, the enforcer kind of walks up behind you and kind of looks over your shoulder. And when he sees the green result, you can see that he checks that he's got, you know, his ammunition is chambered in his. I think he's got a shotgun.
What kind of? Ah, okay, great.
I'm just gonna double check that very quickly because let me put him down on the thing here. He's got an auto gun. He's got an auto gun, which is effectively like a machine gun.
Machine gun, yeah. Yeah, I'm just making sure that I have my last pistol in my other hand, and because I don't think the sniper rifle will be much use in here with this cramped conditions, and so I'll just cautiously move forward, I guess, to the rubble here.
Yeah, go ahead and just move yourself where you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A bit further.
Yeah. So, why don't you move ahead to the to this point, like right here?
I'll quickly dart over. Yeah, just see what's. It's just a straight tunnel.
And when you get here, give me an intuition test, and remember you get advantage on this because of your heightened senses. Not intuition, sorry, awareness. It is intuition awareness, is something different.
Yeah, intuition is about reading people, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Advantage roll.
Okay. And that's with advantage as well, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't hear anything. You don't see anything. And looking at the aspects, as you've moved forward, the signal seems to flicker a bit more strongly, and now it's not flickering out at all, and it's definitely kind of pointing off in this sort of direction over here.
Okay. I'm getting flashbacks from playing Space Hulk here. You don't really want to leave the branching corridor unexplored because they might loop around.
Well, you're kind of lucky in this regard because as you're clearly hesitating with what to do, and you're kind of looking at your auspics, the enforcer puts a firm hand on your shoulder and kind of pushes you slightly to the side as he steps forward with his auto gun at his shoulder, and basically moves down the steps to here.
Okay.
And basically moves to this point here, like to the corner of the wall, and then he holds up a hand. He holds up a hand like this, which is or like maybe with a fist, as in like, wait here. And then you see him peek around the corner, and then he rushes quickly and surprisingly quietly to the opposite side of the wall here, and then he disappears, kind of around the corner like that.
Okay.
Are you gonna follow him, or kind of move to the position by the wall? The servo skull has kind of floated back here, so it can kind of keep an eye. You think it's turned to keep an eye on you, but it's also kind of mainly to keep an eye on you. But it's also kind of like swiveling every now and again to kind of just it's kind of looking around a little bit.
I'll make my way forward. Also, I'm looking for, I don't know, signs of maybe spores or mushrooms or.
Okay, give me another awareness test for the spores and mushrooms. Okay.
Yeah.
You do spot some kind of some mushrooms. You're not sure whether they are have anything to do with the mutants that you've seen, but there are mushrooms kind of sprouting at various places inside. It's fairly dim here, but you can, like with your enhanced photo visors, you can see kind of bright points where there are some lamps or some lights that have been switched on, which is a little bit kind of unusual. This should be like an unused, like ancient, like place. And there's like bones and things scattered around. Some of them you think might be human, some might not be. But again, the hive cities are centuries, if not millennia old, right? So that's not unusual in and of itself. And a lot of these do look ancient. Like they're definitely bones, and they're not like There's no kind of rotting flesh on them. Not that you can smell anything with your, filtration plugs in, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm.
You can see that the Enforcer is kind of hugging this wall here.
Okay.
And at this point, you can also, without needing a roll, you can also hear some voices talking. Not super loud, but definitely people.
Okay.
Coming from where the direction where this Enforcer's at.
Okay, I'll creep up to that point, I guess. Maybe peek around the corner.
Okay, so you're more like this point here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see over here that there is a person. It's a human. It's not a mutant.
Okay.
And it just looks like a typical sort of maybe some sort of a ganger, but they don't seem to be wearing any kind of house colors or insignia or anything like that from what you can see. And the Enforcer, it basically continues to move along until he steps out and turns to face them with his auto rifle leveled. And he says, "State your business." And you can see this one that's kind of like this one here. I said them. See where there's more than one. You can only see the one person there. And
I heard multiple voices, right? So
yeah, you heard a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. There's some conversation happening. You can't really hear because the other person's not talking very loudly. And someone else seems to be doing more of the talking, someone that you can't see.
Okay. Just debating whether to double back and see if I can swing around with the other corridor or just follow. No, I think I'll just follow the Enforcer and see what's.
Okay, so you kind of step
into
the.
Step into the into.
Okay. And as you kind of move into view, you see this other person kind of look at you over the Enforcer's shoulder and says, points at you and says, "Who's that?" And the Enforcer kind of moves his head slightly to get you in the peripheral vision. And at that moment, I mean, it's kind of one of the oldest tricks in the book, which the Enforcer shouldn't be falling for. You see the Dreg whip his hand in and pull a gun out. And I
shout a warning at the Enforcer.
Yeah, they're armed with he's armed with a stub revolver.
Okay, I should just yell gun and try and get a shot off if I can. But yeah,
I think we're just gonna go straight into initiative for an encounter, and the way we do this, I just need to remember how we're doing this. You've got no superiority here.
Nope.
We've got one Dreg, two Dregs, an Enforcer, and you. We're not going to bring the Servo Skull in because it's not designed to do combat. I'm going to roll for initiative for all of you, which is basically predetermined anyway. And that means that the Enforcer is going to go first, has the highest initiative, then you're going to go, and then those two are going to go. So he's already got his gun like pointed at them. So even though they're trying their luck, it doesn't count as an ambush because this guy's trained. And yeah, we're just going straight into combat. So the Enforcer is going to attack first. I need to get out my rules for NPC on NPC. I guess this one it doesn't really matter so much because there's not a lot of actors in it.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it with a straight up just like normal rules, or do you want to use the simplified ones?
I think normal rules is fine here.
Okay. So he's gonna target the one that you can see.
Okay.
And is going to see if I can do this. It's gonna be a bit weird doing both of them at one time. Auto gun. Click on it. No modifiers. Normal. Not doing rapid fire. And we're going to roll. Public roll. All right. Impressive failure. And they're defending, so I guess... How do they defend? I can't remember. Oh, they defend with reflexes, is
reflexes,
it?
yeah.
All right. So that means they hit the guy for 2 damage, right? I believe. That because it's a -6 failure compared to a -4 failure. So there's two
yeah,
SL
so it's
difference.
2 SL, yeah.
And it's showing 2 damage to the Dreg. The Dreg has no armor, and toughness doesn't come into play in this system, right? So
no,
they basically take 2 wounds. Okay.
Yep.
And he's just basically he's planted his feet and he's just basically
yeah.
like taking a shot. It seems a bit weird that he's like point blank range and
only
yeah, I guess
2 damage.
I guess with the -4 and the -6, the Dreg is kind of like moved out of the way slightly. So maybe we'll put him like here. That seems to make sense to me. Like why it hasn't been more damage.
Yep.
Okay, you're next.
Okay. Yep.
So don't forget to hover over who you're attacking. Hit the T button so that they're targeted.
Can I target him from here, or should I move? Because the enforcer's probably still hit me. I don't want to risk hitting the enforcer. So,
yeah, I'm not 100% what the rules are for friendly fire, but I think it's probably if it's a critical miss, like you roll doubles on a miss, then I think we'll probably make it happen that it's an attack that hits the enforcer. You can. I mean, you can definitely move.
I'll just move here and take a shot at him with. No, I couldn't move there. I'll move here then and see if that works. Yep. And I'll just shoot him with my pistol then.
Okay.
Take out my last pistol, and it's somehow it's switched to disadvantage automatically. Well, it's just a straight roll, right? No disadvantage or advantage.
It should be just a straight up.
Maybe it was just because, yeah. Okay.
Oh wow, great.
That's better.
You didn't.
I didn't select them. No,
that's fine. Don't worry. That's fine. We'll just roll their reflexes and we'll figure it out manually. So 8 damage, which puts him to 10 wounds. Okay, it's pretty significant.
But let me check. It's 8 plus the weapons damage, right? The difference in SL is 8, and then the base damage for the last pistol is 5, so it's 13 damage.
That's true, and I should have looked at that for the Enforcer because it didn't work that out properly. Autogun does 6 plus SL damage.
Yeah, so I think
he would have done a lot more. It wouldn't have been enough to kill him the first time because he only did 2, so that would have been 8 damage. But he's definitely dead now. Not invisible. Toggle state to dead. Make sure that follows through on the combat encounters. Yep, so that one's dead. The other one kind of goes no, and shoots at the Enforcer with his stub revolver, and his stub revolver, close, loud, reliable. Okay, pretty straightforward. So we're gonna go with straight up roll here. It's a -1, and the Enforcer's then going to roll his reflexes, which isn't actually. Isn't super great. But that's fine. He comes out on top. Doesn't take any damage. So, okay.
Okay, well, great.
Oh, I didn't hit begin. We'll do begin combat, and we've gone through next turn. So, top of the next round, the Enforcer... steps out of your way here.
Okay.
And does the same again. So he's targeting this Dreg and he's going to make an attack. Okay. And this is in the left leg. defending with skills, reflexes.
Oof.
Okay, so yeah, kind of maybe the whatever happens, he misses.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll just keep rolling with it. Because they're kind of both moving, and I guess it's kind of hard to get a beat on somebody with a rifle in a small space like this. There's just kind of a lot of movement going on.
Yeah.
It's now your turn.
Okay. How do I select them?
You just hover over them and hit the T button. It should.
T. Yeah. Yeah.
Should have like a. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And we use our last pistol again.
Okay. And
Take
reflexes. Okay, it's definitely going to do... so it says 5. Did you get a +1 to do with yours, or do you do more?
No, it was a +1 on my roll, so... yeah, it's +5. I'm looking at the...
I was wondering why it's saying 6 damage on this, which is a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's a No, it's not. That's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So it's +5, right? So there's a +5, and you get 5 as well, you said? +5? So he takes 10 damage, 10 wounds. It's his turn, as you kind of like nail him with your las pistol in the body. So we'll say it's kind of like, just above his, like, I don't know, just under his shoulder maybe. For his move, he jumps into the like, yeah. Well, you can kind of see that there's like water kind of flowing through, and you hear a splash. And we're gonna have him disappear from view.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're gonna bring in another person into this combat.
Oh yeah, I see someone on the other side of the...
And we're going to go to the next round. And it's actually a smuggler. So, although I guess you don't really know that.
No. We probably just see a figure because in the lighting. So...
Yeah, maybe a silhouette. You weren't really paying attention before. The range is... Okay, I'm just looking at what she's armed with, and she basically moves onto this. Like, you can see her a bit better. She moves onto this this kind of rickety bridge thing, and then she shoots at you. The enforcer is a little bit behind. Behind cover there.
Yeah.
And actually, what I'm going to do very quickly is just make her vision thing go on. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, so she's targeting you, and she's gonna make a roll for her revolver. All right.
And I'll try to get out of the way with my reflexes. Ugh. I might want to -2. Yeah, I think I will re-roll this one
with a fate point.
Yeah.
So you're not burning one; you're spending them, I think is the terminology.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
So you just right-click on it, and then there should be a re-roll test or fate re-roll test.
I know, but I didn't. I reset my fate. So I got an error.
Oh yeah,
because it resets every session, right?
It resets every session, so you're definitely back to your full.
Okay.
I'm gonna reset mics as well while I'm thinking about it.
Reroll.
It should be like a fate reroll. It should be an option.
Yeah. User lacks permission to what? There was a pop-up. It doesn't really.
Oh, just do a reroll test. And
okay.
Maybe that'll help. and then you can just manually drop your fate down.
It's for some reason it doesn't. No, it's not letting me do anything.
Let me try it. So I've right clicked. I see the same options. Fate reroll test. Okay, it went to 50 instead of 60, whatever it was.
Well, okay, I'll guess I'll stick with that.
Yeah, and it removed all of your fate. That's weird. Okay, I've changed it to 2 on your sheet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. So it's a +2 SL. She's using a weapon that does 6 plus SL damage, so you're taking 8 damage minus your. Do you have any? I don't think you've got any armor, do you?
I do. It depends on where she's hitting me, but
it's in the left leg.
Oh, I don't think I have much left. I don't think I have any leg armor.
Oh no, you don't. Yeah, it's
no,
under
I
the
have body.
yeah, the combat tab.
Ouch! That will take me down or take me up to 12 wounds. So out of 14. So this is not good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
We move along to the enforcer, and he kind of steps out, blocking your line of sight, and opens fire on the smuggler with his auto gun. Is he going to use rapid fire? Rapid fire, if I remember correctly, reduces the amount of ammo in the clip by a certain amount, doesn't it?
By 1, I think.
I think he's gonna. Let me just. I think I can do a search. I think I might put these in with burst. Yep, I put burst in weapon trait. So burst, when firing with a weapon with burst, you may choose to declare that you're firing burst with a single shot. You add 1 SL to your range test, but reduce the ammunition in your weapon by 1.
Yeah.
And rapid fire, I guess, might be emptying your clip. Rapid fire. Reduce the weapon's magazine by its rating.
Yeah.
And gain advantage on the attack and increase the weapon's damage by its rapid fire rating.
Wow,
interesting.
That's quite
so he's got a rating of rapid fire 3. I think he's probably going to use it because he's probably got more ammo.
Yeah.
So he's going to use the rapid fire trait here. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's lowered his ammo by 3, so that's good. And you can see there it's changed it from a 54 to a 45, so use the advantage. Hit her on the right leg. So it's not great. It's marginal failure.
Well,
and if we open her sheet and see, she's not trained in reflexes, so
I might get lucky.
Nope.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, so she basically manages to. He's opened up rapid fire, and somehow all of his bullets miss her. What are you gonna do?
I can't really risk getting into the line of fire again, but I might if I just step here where the enforcer was. Maybe we can get a shot at her.
Yeah, you've got it. You can get a beat on her. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try and just. No time to get the sniper rifle. I'll just use the last pistol again. Yeah. Come on.
Nice. She's gonna roll reflexes. Oh, nice. So 7 plus.
Much better.
7 plus
5.
6 or 5. So it's 12.
5, yeah.
She's got some armor, so she's gonna soak some of that up. But you do basically it's a body shot, and you do kind of like hit her, and she kind of takes this. We'll move her back a step, like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then give me 1 second. Someone else comes running kind of next to her here. It's another dreg, so to speak. And yeah, he will be attacking the Enforcer. Okay, so he's going to be taking, it says 6 damage, which looks correct, because it's 6 plus SL damage. So there's 2 SL, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Takes 8 damage.
Is
and
the
then
base damage for... Okay.
Sorry?
Is the base damage for a stop revolver 6?
Yep. Well, that's what I've got written. That's what I got written here.
Yeah.
But the Enforcer is pretty heavily armored, so he takes 8 wounds, and then it's reduced down to a much smaller number. Yeah. But there's clearly like a shot, and he kind of like, you can see him kind of like jerk a bit as he takes the shot. But he's encased in armor, so you think he's probably not. He's still standing anyway, as far as you can tell. Okay. And we're back to the top of the round. The smuggler is going to rush back after she took her shot from you, kind of to here, partially behind cover, and is shooting at the Enforcer. Oh.
I don't want to be left there alone.
Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good. And her weapon does 6 plus SL. So that's 13. Take it down by his initiative. Yeah. So he's taking 8 wounds there.
Right. Okay. Wow.
Altogether. And yeah, she definitely reels. He definitely reels from that. And you can hear him swear as well. It's his turn. He's going to run and take a leap. So we're going to make a quick...
Wow. Okay.
I think we're going to make a quick athletics test. Straight up, no challenge or anything like that. You got to be fucking kidding me.
And he hits the...
He runs to leap on top of this thing here. Right?
Yeah.
And he kind of lands on it, and then because he got a failure there, I think we're gonna have to rule that he slips, and I'm gonna have it where he's hanging by his, like, he's slipping and falling off, and he grabs onto the ledge, and it's gonna take him. I think with a critical fail, it would have made him go into the water, but
okay.
With this one, he's just we'll actually say that his rifle falls into the water there, so his rifle is gone, and he's hanging there. It's going to take him probably at least a turn to climb up. Okay.
Yeah, I would just move my marker so I can see what the. This definitely won't break cover because.
Yeah. I mean, you can hit either of them by kind of leaning out and taking a shot. I mean, you could swap to your sniper rifle if you wanted to as well.
That might be.
It's probably going to be doing a little bit more damage
for some reason. No, it does. Yeah, well, possibly, and it's. Yeah, I think I will. I will swap weapons. Because.
Does it do more? Does it do more damage? It does 6.
But I have a higher skill also when I use it.
Right.
Because.
Okay. You've got a specialization, don't you? In long gun.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Why can't I equip it?
That's a good question. Under equipment.
Oh, no, I did. It did so. It's just laggy or something.
Okay. Yeah,
combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll.
And you've got man-stopper bullets as well, which let's just have a look what they do again. It ignores 3 armor. Okay, well, that's going to be pretty,
I'm definitely going to use that. And then I'll try and hit the smuggler. Mm-hmm. I think I still have it. I still have it targeted. So Alrighty.
Let's have you reload. I think it would have made sense that it says you've only got one round in your magazine. So
Yeah,
if you go to your combat tab, just hit the reload button there, and you might not be
that
able
is. I'm not sure, but
It's because you only have one man stopper. The quantity of your man stopper bullets is one.
Yeah, I better make this one because it's the last shot. I think last one.
But you didn't? Did you use them before? I don't remember using them before. Did you?
I did. Yeah, I
okay.
think I'm not sure when, but I definitely used them before. It's. I think I did buy extra ammo, man stopper ammo, but I'm not. Maybe it's not on the equipment list. Anyway, let's first roll this one.
Oh,
did it roll?
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, definitely re-rolling that.
If you can't do it, then or you can just re-roll again. Just do the same attack again. That's easy enough.
It didn't even show up in the chat for me. That's weird. Okay, I'll roll again. No, I don't. I also don't see the animated dice anymore.
Weird. Okay, your reroll, which takes your fate down to 1 now, right? Because you've used 2 fate. You get a -3, which is an impressive failure. And that was your man stopper bullet. I mean, if she rolls really badly, it might go through and it would ignore her armor. So there's a chance that it'll go through. Yeah, it does actually. It's a 0 SL. Okay. But I think that means we're gonna count it as a hit. I think just to give you a slight take things a little bit further ahead.
Yeah. So that's.
And that means she takes 6 base damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's ignoring 3 of her armor, which means she takes 6 full wounds. And in fact, I'm not sure where you hit her, so we'll just say it's a body shot. Let's just say it's a body shot. I'm not too worried about it. Your man stopper bullet, kind of hits her right in the chest as she's leaning out and looking, and she's dead.
Great.
All right. So,
does this count as an elite or a? Because that would give us superiority.
She was definitely an elite. Yep. So you now have superiority of 1.
Yeah.
Okay. The last dreg here runs back basically to where she is, and also put him there. Takes a shot at the enforcer.
Okay.
I have a feeling like I'm missing something with cover. If someone's behind cover, there should have been something, but doesn't matter. I'm just gonna keep going. So the dreg is going to attack with his stub revolver, which is not great. And the enforcer, we're going to make him do. We're not going to actually have him roll any reflexes roll. Or maybe we should with like at a disadvantage or something. He can't really do any reflexes, can he? What happens? Let me just have a look at what it means when someone's prone, because it's effectively the same idea here, right? I think.
Yeah, he can't really. You can just rule he is not allowed to roll reflexes, but.
It's only people rolling within immediate range. They get like advantage on their attack. I think we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it like that as a failure. I don't want to flip that into a success. He's also hanging below line of sight a little bit, so maybe there's just a little bit of him peeking up, or maybe it's a bit higher than where the line is there, but he's not fully visible. So we'll leave it there. We take it to the next round, and the enforcer, I'm going to have him make an athletics test to see if he can pull himself up, and I'll make it be difficulty of difficult. He's technically over his target number, so He doesn't manage to pull himself up, but I think as long as it's not a critical, he's still hanging on. Right, your turn.
Yeah, I'll take a shot. I think I have no more man-stopper rounds, but I do definitely have my normal ammo. And even if he did have any cover, I have a sight, so it wouldn't negate that. So
I think so the way it works with cover is there's additional armor.
Right. Okay.
So she would have had. We'll count this as medium
But
cover.
I think the sight on my gun negates the cover bonus.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. But that's how cover works anyway.
Yeah.
It's a normal attack, and then you just add thing on it. So yeah, if your scope ignores cover, then that's great. We don't need to retcon anything. Okay.
Sniper rifle rounds, switching, and then taking a shot. And again, it's so laggy on my end. It's really I see the dice you just rolled now on my screen. It's a bit weird, and I'm trying to select my normal ammo, but it won't do that. Maybe I've just click reloads.
I also just realized we're doing things a little bit. I just reread the rules for ranged attacks, and the only time there's a reflexes action is if they're taking a dodge action during their turn.
Right.
So that's fine. It's because I'm when we did when I did those NPC rules, I was making it every roll was an opposed one, which is why I'm kind of getting out of it. Yeah. And it's a full turn. You're not attacking. If you're trying to dodge, then that's all you're doing for your turn.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, it's fine.
Why? I can't reload it.
Do you want me to do it?
Try if you can.
Let me see if I can. So I'm going to reload it with normal bullets, right?
Yeah.
So we go to equipment, and I go to your sniper rifle. Open that up, and then I change to. Nope. We go into combat tab, and it says ammo. Sniper rifle rounds. You've got 2. It's showing 2.
Yeah.
Now
it's
in your
just
magazine.
2. Yeah. It didn't before. That's weird.
Okay.
All
right.
So maybe this is just the lagginess of it all. Okay.
The roll has gone through.
I didn't.
And it's +4.
But yeah, I was still targeting the other. So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we can figure it out anyway. So you're doing 6, right? So that's 10 damage. Ignores 3.
No. There's not man stopper.
Right. It's fine. Actually, this guy's not got any armor anyway. So you do the full 10 damage. And we're not rolling to dodge because he's not dodging. He's behind cover and thinks he's okay. So it's now my turn. And I want to say the servo skull is kind of like just here, kind of. We'll say it's back a bit like that. We're gonna kind of see everything. And is she visible? Yeah. You see this this dreg from your peripheral vision pop into view. He's dripping wet, snarling, and he takes a shot at you. I'm going to say because he's just pulled himself out of potentially quite harmful, I won't say water, whatever it was he jumped into.
Sludge, yeah.
That he's going to have it's kind of taking its toll on his body, so maybe he's going to have a little bit of he's going to have a bit of a difficult time. So he's going to have a -10 to this roll. You didn't dodge, so that's fine. He totally missed. 83 with a target of 20. So that's that guy. The other guy who's taken 10 wounds, you can just see him disappear as he kind of goes running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Yeah, you're up again. Oh, the Enforcer first. Let's just see if he's
Yeah.
able to get himself out. I need to not target you, so that otherwise that'd be a bit weird. Athletics with a -10. There we go. +3. He pulls himself up. That's his whole turn. Getting back to his getting back into position there. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. Yep. Well, I'll quickly switch my attention. I don't have time to switch weapons again, so I'll swing my sniper rifle around and shoot at the dragon that's now behind me.
Oh, there's a lot of dice rolling all of a sudden. Whoa, I just had 3 rolls from you.
Really?
They're all the same, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
so
weird.
I'll just delete 2 of them. They're exactly the same, so it's just some weird glitch happening on your side, I think. It's a +1, so okay. That's fine.
I'll take it. Yeah.
This guy already had 10. Is that right? 10 wounds? How much did this guy have? Also 10 wounds. Oh, okay. You take him out then.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Because I can't take much more damage anyway. So.
Okay. Yeah. You swing it around and boom, with a shot, you take him down.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try and move this along. That's the combat finished effectively. Yep. So I'm gonna hit end combat. Yep. Okay. And yeah, basically we'll just kind of hand wave that the Enforcer helps you across, like kind of offers you a hand, grabs onto something, and then he kind of like steps over here. So you're kind of over here then. And he kind of gets himself, he's doing it very controlled and manages to get across this little bridge. And at this point, he pulls out his other weapon, which is a stub revolver.
Okay.
And yeah, kind of advances carefully into the room here, and you're kind of following behind.
Yep.
The servo skull just hovers directly over the kind of flies on its repulsor lifts or whatever they're called across. The Enforcer is still kind of moving ahead like this. I'm just going to put the servo skull with him, so it's just easier for me to move them at the same time. Oops, don't want to move her. And we'll say that this guy's not there. And as they move, what kind of weapon have you got equipped? Because I think you've used all of your rounds.
I think I'll switch to my las pistol again.
Okay.
It's better for close quarters anyway, I think.
Okay.
And it does more or less the same damage.
So let's move you just along as you're kind of keeping a bit behind, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Enforcer comes to this, you see a door there, and he opens it, kind of peeks through, and then steps on through. You gonna follow him?
Yeah, I'm trying to move my token, but it's you've already done it. Good. Because I'm lagging probably like half a minute behind or something.
Okay, that's weird. So we'll just basically he's just moving ahead, kind of looking around corners and stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of continues moving along, and you follow as well. I'm not sure when you're going to see this.
Yeah, it now says reload application or log out on my screen. So I'm going to try to reload and see what happens. It's probably going to kick me out of Foundry and then reload it. Hopefully that will fix the issue. I think it might have, yes. Okay, so we moved all the way down. Yeah.
Down there, yep.
Yeah.
There's another door ahead. The Enforcer moves up to it, opens it, and then yeah. You see beyond him that there are 2 mutants in this room.
Okay.
They kind of turn when they hear the door opening, because the door, like, these are old doors. In fact, no, it's a bit weird for them to be in there with a closed door. The door's probably open. So he would have seen them earlier and probably would have seen them before they saw him. So probably when he's just coming around the corner here, we'll put the servo skull back.
Yeah, yeah.
At what point can you see them? From all the way from here, probably.
Probably,
you
yeah.
can see one.
Yeah.
You can see one there. Then he holds his fist up again, and then he points in, and yeah.
Well, time to re-equip my sniper rifle, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. And I'll motion him. I'll tap him on the shoulder and motion for him to step back so I can get a clean shot with my sniper rifle. And
I mean, you could take cover behind. You could take cover behind, like, this other down here, for example. There's this, like, this
yeah,
wall.
that's fine. Okay.
And then you both can basically just create a kill zone a little bit. Do you do that then?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And from this vantage point, you can also see the other one over here. Yeah. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So
I'll definitely target first. Yeah.
And for some reason, the mutant's going to go first, but because this is like an ambush, you get the first action, the first round for free. And I think we'll just have, as you kind of scutter across, let's have you make a stealth roll.
Okay.
Because you're, like, running across if they happen to be looking. Your stealth is reasonably high as well, so.
Yeah. I'll see if skills stealth. I'm very good at hiding, not so much moving when.
Oh, it's a failure. Do you want to use your last? Or do you want to save it? You might want to save it. For
I think I'll save it. Yeah.
Okay, so basically you're kind of moving where all this rubble is, and you kind of kick some of, even though you're trying to be sneaky, you can't. You're kind of keeping your focus on the mutants more, and you knock over some rubble, and it makes a loud clattering sound, and they basically just come looking for you. So these mutants don't have any ranged attacks, so they're just going to come running straight through. So the first one comes running, and it actually sees the enforcer because he's not behind cover. So we'll have this one first attack. And I'm just looking at the mutations here. I think we're just going to go with a kind of this unarmed. They don't have any kind of funky mutations. So okay. He's not dodging or anything. He's going to actually take a shot at this thing. So he takes that hit, but his armor deflects all of it.
I think, isn't melee combat always opposed? But you might have penalties with if you don't have if you're not. But he has a pistol, so I don't think it's he has any
disadvantage. And he makes a melee attack as well for the weapon they're wielding. Okay, so he actually makes a melee, straight up melee, not one-handed, because it's not with a melee weapon. Okay, they cancel out. So there's no additional I mean, if there's like one SL, but because it's unarmed is 1+, so he's not going to take any damage there. Then the other one also comes running, but we'll say it only gets to about the doorway, because if this counts as like a zone, the whole room will count as a zone. So it kind of makes it to the edge of the doorway. Okay, then it's the enforcer's turn, and I want him to swap weapons. I just can't remember how if he has to use a special, if it counts as a free action or not.
No, I don't either.
Just checking very quickly, because it did have it. I'm just going to see free actions, drawing your weapon, Yeah, we'll just go with it that he does it automatically. He pulls his power maul out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the same. He's actually better with the maul in terms of his skill level than he is with his gun. So he pulls his shock maul, not power maul. Pulls his shock maul out and makes an attack, and it's going to be. Oh, he's not targeting himself, and that one makes a melee attack as well to counter it. Okay, so he does 3 damage, plus it's 6 for the shock maul, and it inflicts the stun setting. Let's quickly look what that means. Stunned. You can take either a move or an action, but not both. Okay. So that's fine. And he does 6 plus SL, so that does 9 damage to the mutants minus their armor. Okay. He gives it a proper smack, and you see this currents of electricity kind of going through the mutant's body. All right. You're up.
Okay. I'm still trying to reload again. For some reason, it's.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm from the Foundry is not working for me today. Every time I click open a window, it won't close again. So
I want you to make me also a discipline test, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Because these are mutants now.
Yeah. Skills, discipline. Oh, here we go. Disadvantage, right? With the fear.
No.
Oh,
I think
okay.
You get to make a free test to overcome your frightened condition.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And look at that. You succeed. Okay, so you're no longer frightened. Seeing them kind of, they're maybe because they're not attacking you, they're attacking the Enforcer. You kind of pull yourself together. So I'll clear your condition for you so that you don't have it. You're not major frightened. You are not frightened at all. Okay. Yeah. And you get to attack that mutant. I guess you're attacking the one that's on the Enforcer? Oh, no, it's not your turn. Sorry, it's the Enforcer's turn first.
Good.
Oh, no, he attacked. He attacked with the shock
already,
maul. Apologies.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to shoot at the one closest. He is the most immediate threat, but the others... I'm just struggling because the other one will probably rush me next time. So I think since I'm already wounded and afraid of mutants, I'll target the one further back.
One. Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can make this work. Combat. Do I have any ammo? Yep, I do. Good. Okay. No, it doesn't allow me to shoot. It's not my day today with the...
It's saying that you need to reload. You got sniper rifle loaded, so we got to switch to your last pistol. I'll switch it for you. So it's switched now over to your last pistol.
Okay. I was sure I had more ammo, but okay.
It needs a reload. I think for now, you probably would have checked when you were going here that you had reloaded all your magazines, and you've got more last pistol ammo. So we'll just hit the reload button there, and you've got the 4.
Okay. Oh, it's not working at all. Why?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So combat, click on the las pistol. There's no difficulties or anything because you're overcoming your fear already. So disadvantage goes away. You're on a normal attack. Do you want to use a burst on it?
Yes.
That uses 1 additional ammo. With 1 S, it gives you 1 SL.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! A critical.
I wish I could.
You rolled an 11. I rolled an 11 for you.
Great.
Which is a critical hit. It's hitting the head, and then we roll. I click on the critical. Can you see it on your screen? In the chat.
I'm gonna reload Foundry again because
Okay.
It's not responding at all.
So I rolled an 8 for your critical.
Well.
And I'm just got to figure out where the critical hits are. Page 215. They suffer a critical wound. Roll 1d10 to determine the hit location, then deal damage from the attack as normal. After dealing damage, make a severity roll as above. There's no need to add the 1d10 roll unless the damage exceeds the target's minimum wounds. They suffer the effects listed. All right. But you do 5 plus 6 damage, or 5 damage for the...
5, yeah.
So 10 base damage. Minus the 2 is 8. Oh my god, I can't interpret this. If you roll okay, hold on. Have I got it in here somewhere? If I do control space and I type in criticals head. Right, I rolled a 1d10 and I rolled an 8 on it. And deal damage from the attack as normal. After dealing damage, make a severity roll, but there's no need to add the d10 roll unless the damage exceeded the target's minimum wounds. I don't get what that means.
But you rolled an 8 for the critical, you said. So that's just on the critical table, right?
I think you roll the severity if it's above the... It says, after taking a critical hit, roll 1d10 to determine the hit location, which we've done, said the head. Then deal damage from the attack as normal. After dealing damage, make a severity roll as above.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, which I've done. Is a different roll on the
which I did already.
Table.
Right. There's no need to add to the d10 unless the damage exceeded. Oh, right. Okay, so if it exceeded, then you add the amount that it exceeded. It's a 1d10 table, but it goes up to 15, right?
Yeah.
So 8 is a major ear wound. So you shoot it in the ear. They're deafened, which isn't going to make much of a difference to them.
No.
So yeah, you hit them in the ear. Like you take an ear off, maybe.
Yeah, but it's no additional damage, and he's not. Yeah. Okay. Great.
No.
Well, not great.
Still standing.
He's still standing. But yeah.
Okay. Top of the next round, this mutant, having been shot by you, comes running over and attacks you.
Okay.
It's going to do a unarmed attack.
Okay. And I will defend using reflexes, I guess, to get out of the way.
I know you use melee. It's only if you're doing a full dodge action.
Right. Okay. Melee, not my strongest skill.
Oh, sorry. You can use dodge. You can use reflexes to try to avoid the attack. If you're using melee, opposing a melee attack in either way does not require a reaction. If it does, if a target does not oppose a melee test, the attacker gains advantage.
Well,
the defender does not deal damage if they win unless they score a critical, which you didn't. So you block the attack. Or the attack doesn't land on you because it was a -4. Yeah, it kind of balances out. Okay. All right. Great. So that's good for you.
Yep.
The other one's going to attack the enforcer, and I mean these things are mindless, right?
Yeah.
It gets a 2 success. The enforcer is now armed with a maul. So he's definitely going to be using it to defend. And look at that. Okay. He takes it's a success on the mutant's behalf, but it only does 1 extra damage. So his armor just soaks it up.
Okay.
So they both attack now, and it's his turn. He's attacking the mutant. I think he's probably going to take it out unless he rolls badly. Which is possible, I guess. Nope, it goes well. 2 success. The mutant gets to roll its melee to defend. Wow, with a +5. Okay. So kind of like it's just limbs are flailing as it's trying to get to him, and he swings his maul, but he can't seem to get purchase on the mutant. You can hear him swearing. swearing in whatever Gothic swears. I'm not actually au fait with the
Yeah,
lingo.
no.
It's your turn.
Yep. I can use my pistol in melee range, right? Because it's
Yeah, I'm just looking for that. I think I remember reading that too.
I think it has a.
I'm just gonna check very quickly because I think there's I've put if I put pistol in here, and I go to your last pistol, and then I go down to close ranged weapons with this trait can be used in immediate range without incurring disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah, that's what...
that doesn't have anything to do with melee though. That just means you can use it in melee, like when you're at arms, like when you're engaged.
Then I will do that and hopefully kill him. Yep, last pistol. Do I want to risk doing a burst again? Probably yes, because I need the extra damage if I hit him.
Oh, it's a fumble.
Okay, I'll
use your last fate point.
Yep. Let me see. I should be able to do that now.
Even worse, but it's not a fumble this time.
Why?
It's not a fumble. A fumble would have been worse, right?
That's true.
So you take a shot. You take a burst shot. Again, it's getting close to you, trying to attack you, and you're kind of like trying to pull back and taking a shot. I would have said with the fumble, you probably would have shot the enforcer because he's kind of right there. So it's good that you used the fate point.
Yeah. I need him.
Although it was your last one. Okay, back to the top of the round, and that one's going to attack you again. It goes first, so let's have it do a basic attack on you.
Yeah, I'll use reflexes this time.
Okay. All right. It's a body shot, which you've got armor for.
Yep.
It's gonna do 4. It's gonna do 4 plus 1, so it's gonna do 5 damage.
5.
That's gonna take you, I think, to
I have
14
3
wounds.
armor on my body. No, I have 6 armor on my body because it's a mastercrafted mesh vest.
Oh, so it's 3 plus 3. Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I you did 5 damage, you said?
5 damage, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I take no damage. Great.
All right. Okay, I was for a minute there thinking you were taking 2 damage because it looked like 3, but I forgot that you got the 3 extra.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's very good. The other one is going to attack the enforcer, and probably is not going to break through his armor either. He's just going to not do anything. It doesn't do any damage. I can roll for his... I guess I'm supposed to, actually, aren't I? He's going to attack back, because if he gets a critical on this, then he actually does damage.
Yeah.
Which could be quite useful. No, but he gets a success, so he basically fends it off. Then it's his turn, and he's going to attack the one back. Which is a failure, interestingly enough. And this one is... because it makes sense that it's all like opposed melee because they're trying to grab each other.
Yeah.
It's not a critical, so it doesn't actually do any damage back. So ineffectual there. They're just grappling with each other and trying to,
get a swing in already.
Are you gonna take another shot now?
Yep.
You do another burst?
Yeah, might as well. It's my last attempt at a burst. Otherwise, I'll be out of ammo.
Well, there you go. That's much better. And this one can't defend because it's a ranged attack. So you do 3 plus 5, 8 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the number of wounds that one has. So that one gets taken out.
Good.
Boom, dead. All right, top of the next round, and we're up to this one attacking the enforcer. It's kind of a foregone conclusion that it's not going to succeed. But I guess we're nearly there, so we'll just do it quickly.
Yeah.
We'll have him roll his shock maul. Yeah. So it does actually attack him and do some damage, but his armor is going to shrug it all off because it only does four wounds to him, and his armor is 5.
Okay.
So that's pretty straightforward. Then he's gonna go attack with his shock maul, and it's melee. There we go. Finally, but roll badly. Damn it. But it does get his. Remember, it's 0 SL, but he still rolls. I think I'm going to treat that as it, just to move this along. I don't want to read the rules. We'll just treat it as 0 SL with a success, and he does his 6 SL base damage, right? 6 plus SL. So that's going to just move this along a little bit. It's still standing though, because it's able to shrug. They've got some natural armor.
Right. Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it. I don't have enough ammo to burst it, but probably also not a good idea with the enforcer standing so close. So just a straight up roll.
Oh, that works. Critical too. But you do 5, right? 5 plus SL.
Yeah.
So it's 8 damage. Modified by its armor is enough to kill it anyway.
Okay, great.
So it's maybe because it's his left arm which is facing you. It's the shot kind of just goes. The last pistol kind of hits it maybe just below the shoulder, and it just blows a massive hole into it, and it's dead as well. So the Servo Skull has been recording all this and has managed to also record that you did the killing, the 2 killing blows on both of the mutants, which might impress. Someone might not. And after that's finished, we'll just narrate the rest. We'll kind of wrap this up because we're getting close to the 2-hour mark. You basically grab one of the bodies, and the Enforcer is significantly stronger than you, I believe, with a strength of 40. What's yours? 30. Not significantly then. He's a little bit stronger than you.
No.
But he throws one of the mutants over his shoulder.
Okay. Great.
And the 2 of you make your way out of the tunnels. We'll say that the Dreg who was running away from you has managed to hide somewhere, doesn't come out and attack you as you're leaving. And you leave the tunnels and make your way back to the
Administrative
building.
Yeah.
And drop off the mutant to whoever's kind of like the secretary, whoever's there to collect it. He radios in. He kind of voxes it in ahead that you've captured one, or that you've managed to get one. And the Servo Skull recorded the whole thing, and on the way back, do you want to there's the body of the smuggler and the body of the dregs. Did you want to grab the weapon off loot a dead body, which I know is
loot bodies? Yeah. They were armed with stop weapons, right?
The smuggler did have a quite a nice piece. She had a silenced stub revolver.
Well,
and you noticed that she had a shock maul as well.
Well, those are probably both quite expensive, so I'll grab those when we head back.
Do you want to rifle through her pockets for anything else, or are you just gonna
my first thought was looking for more ammo for the guns I already have. I'm not sure if the revolver rounds probably won't. It's not usable in the sniper rifle anyway. But if it's, I probably won't go over the drags, but maybe rifle through the possessions of the smuggler.
Okay, so you find 12. You find 12 standard ammo for, revolver ammo. I can actually add this to your sheet if you're not able to, so we'll do that very quickly. So I'm going to remove the manstopper bullets from your sheet entirely, just delete the line to make it tidier.
Sure.
And I'll just quickly add this stuff to it. So standard ammo, we'll modify that so you've got 12, and we'll change it from standard to revolver ammo, just so we're clear what it's used for.
Yeah.
You have a shock maul. Just watching your encumbrance as well while I'm adding this stuff.
Yeah.
You're okay at the moment. What was her stub revolver? Yep, stub revolver's fine. We're going to add in here traits and add in silent. Where is it? Subtle, is it? Let me look at your silencer.
Yeah, I think not sure what I did.
Oh, it cancels out the loud.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. So I'll just copy what I've written here on yours. And whoops, it's all gone. Stub revolver. So I'll put here silenced stub revolver. And we'll go to the description. And we'll go loud is crossed off. Save details. Modify the traits to get rid of the loud trait. Okay. So you've got the silent stub revolver. She also had a give me a D10 roll.
Wait, what?
It should be just in the chat
window.
There's
I know. I for some reason it's not. Wait. There is a button for a public roll. Wait, I need to select the die type, of course. Yeah. Did it roll or did it roll? No, it didn't roll.
I can roll for you too if you want.
No.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
A 1. Okay, so she has 100 solars on her.
Okay.
So, do you want me to increase that?
Yep. Please
so you're
do.
up to 474, and she has a backpack which, when you kind of open it, open the flap off the top, it's got a bunch of tech inside. So, do you just want to grab the whole thing?
Yeah, sure. If it's.
And I think it's going to partially encumber you, so I'll just quickly add some stuff and see how far we can get with it. So you got two. You got another. She had another Auspex.
Oh wow. Very valuable kit on her as well. Yeah.
She has a refractor field.
Wow.
Which I may have forgotten to use.
Probably.
Refractor
forgot to switch it on.
A sure sign user has more than Emperor's protection to ward them from harm. Oh, the user automatically fails most when it's what does it actually do? Protection of 1d10. So I guess you roll a d10 for
Wow. Okay. That's quite good.
Oops.
She probably forgot to switch it on then.
Let's see what your thing is looking like. Yeah, she didn't switch it on. She's got a signal jammer.
That was on my shopping list as well.
Actually, I think for some of this stuff, it might make more sense to roll to see how much of this standard equipment she actually had on her. I think we'll say the refractor field she didn't have because she would have had it equipped.
Yeah.
So let's say, and then Auspex makes sense. A chrono makes sense because it's just basically a watch.
Yeah.
Do you have a chrono?
Nope.
She's probably wearing it. Actually, it's not going to be in her bag, so we'll assume you're not taking the watch off her wrist.
No, don't.
There is a disguise kit listed here, so let's make you have a. I'm going to actually. What I'll do is I will consult the oracle, and just ask if it has it. It's a yes/no oracle. So we'll start with the first one. We'll say, is the disguise kit in her bag? Maybe. Okay. Right. Multi-compass. What's the multi-compass worth? Oh, it's worth a lot of money. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So anything that's worth significant amount, maybe again, that's not very useful. I think if we get a maybe result, we'll keep re-rolling until we get a clear result. So maybe we're still on the disguise kit. Yes, disguise kit is there.
Okay.
What about the multi-compass? No multi-compass.
Extreme, no.
Signal jammer? No.
All the expensive stuff.
The refractor field we already said didn't make much. Oh, maybe she had it in her backpack and she didn't have time to put it on. Maybe. No. Okay. So she had a disguise kit on her, at least.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, and the Auspex. You got another Auspex,
Yeah.
and you've got a disguise kit, and 100
Solars. Okay.
and the weapons,
Great.
of course, as well.
Yeah. No,
And you're right next to you're right up to your encumbrance limit too.
Okay.
So just bear that in mind.
I'm gonna offload some of this stuff anyway, but yeah.
Okay. And as you're kind of spending time, like, kind of rifling through her pockets and grabbing her weapons and grabbing her backpack, taking it off of her corpse, the Enforcer has gotten a little bit further ahead of you. And I suppose you don't stop to search the dregs either.
No.
You've got quite a lot of gear with you now.
Yeah. I'm don't want to be left too far behind anyway. Also, in these mutant infested tunnels, so I'll hurry after.
You're just grabbing the stuff from the elite that you fought. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you make your way back, as we said. You drop off. Someone's waiting to take the corpse from you, the mutant corpse, and what happens from there, we'll decide after I run the session with Mike. So whether Mike is still there or is waiting for you, or what happens, it depends on how his session's going to go, which is the next session I'll be running. So we'll just leave it there, but a little bit up in the air with you just arriving back. And yeah.
We got out of there by the skin of our teeth.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how wounded the Enforcer was, but I'm down to 2 wounds, so it's
you're not
one more
so
hit
hot.
and I would have been it would have been bad.
Yeah, you got shot in the leg, right? That was the one that did you.
I'm just not not built for this close-up work. I need to be far away with
Yeah, you've got the extreme range on your sniper, so
exactly.
It definitely makes sense to get as far away as you can. But yeah, it doesn't help that you've got some great armor, but only on your body, I think. Or is it your arms as well?
Arms, there's only 3 on the arms
too, aren't they?
And then but
six on the arms. Oh no, 3 on the arms. I was looking at the left arm.
3 on the arms,
time.
6. It's
Okay, I missed that. So 6
on
the body.
No protection on the legs. That's
Or the head.
Or the head. Yeah.
That might be something to think about. There's not going to be time to do any shopping in this campaign, because we're like, the next time you play, it'll be our final session. But thanks very much, Martin. And we'll put an end to this session there, and I'll see you in 2 sessions.
Yes, see you later. Bye.
All right, cheers. All right, I've stopped recording. Any feedback on that one?
Yeah, it was. I was struggling with the Foundry for some reason. It's made it a bit difficult, but it was good. The confronting your fears with and also I thought about do I want to play coy with the Arbites and not reveal anything? I thought, probably not a good idea. So. Also, because I have a very low fellowship, so any social roles for lying or anything would have probably failed anyway.
Yeah, I fully expected Mike to be the one trying to potentially, tell lies. So it would be interesting to see what he tells the arbitrator, because I don't want you to tell him anything, and he needs to go into this blind a little bit. But it'd be interesting to see whether his characters, because you wouldn't have had time to say what are we going to say if the Arbites grab us. You were so kind of wounded and tired, you just went back and thought, we'll be fine, maybe we can talk about it when they arrive or something. But so it'll be interesting to see, because it might, if he's considered to be lying to an emperor's servant in such a high office, then it might not go well for him.
No, exactly. Well, I'm curious to see how that goes. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, you need to go at 6. I'm sorry.
Run a bit over. I'm fine. It's I'm fine. So
okay. Cool. Well, let's I'll let you go then, and catch you next time. All right.